I mean, it's over 2.5 tons, this thing, so it just cannot be good, right? Well, yeah, on a circuit, it does have its shortcomings, but on the road, oh my God, on the road, it is sublime. So let's talk about it. My name's Tom, and you are watching Paragon Cars. Let's review BMW M5. Power and torque figures up first then. This thing has 727 horsepower and get this, 1,000 newton meters of torque, the torque limit of the ZF8 speed gearbox that's in this thing. However, there is a caveat to that. For only 585 horsepower and 750 newton meters of torque comes from the engine alone. Talking about the engine, it's a V8 twin turbo, pretty much the same engine that you'll find in the older generation M5, but with actually a little less power. However, do not fret, because we have an electric motor with a further 197 horsepower and 280 newton meters of torque. And you might think, oh, it's a hybrid, it's bad. But don't you worry, even though this is a plug-in hybrid, after driving this thing, I've realized that the battery is merely there to aid performance and not your range or fuel economy. So how does it aid performance? Well, I mean, it adds quite a lot of weight, you know, just over 2.5 tons, this thing, being the Touring. But yeah, it is still blisteringly fast. So let's do a 30 to 70 time and see where it sits on our leaderboard. So we managed an absolutely rapid time of 2.76 seconds. Unfortunately though, you'll notice that that's only 0.01 second faster than the older BMW M5. So what's the deal? Well, it is just the weight that is holding this thing back. Remember, this is the Touring as well, so it's even heavier than the saloon. But one thing I will say is that when you're actually in a roll, if both of these cars were lined up next to each other in comfort mode at around 50 miles an hour, this newer car would absolutely blitz the old BMW M5 because of its hybrid system. The old car would be still changing gears by the time this newer car is about 2 car lengths ahead. So in reality, it is actually quite a bit quicker. Very quick overview of the interior then before we go for a drive. Number one, the latest iDrive is kind of annoying to me. There's too many menus and all that kind of jazz. And this scroll wheel is a bit too tight. It's like hard to press it sometimes. The seats are absolutely gorgeous. They hold you in well. They've got adjustable bolsters and oh my lord, they are comfortable. Then when you come to the back, there's plenty of legroom, your own climate control and an armrest with some cup holders. Then in the boot you'll find loads of space, a button for your tow bar, a 12-volt socket, a way to fold the second row down, a load cover, and annoyingly, only one damn shopping hook. Oh yeah, one more quick thing. What does it sound like? Let's have a listen. Being an M car, I think the first thing we should do is get it into its sportiest possible setting and see if we can hit 60 before the corner. Bit of a damp, cold, greasy day today, so you never know, it might not do it. Bit of wheel spinning second, third. We are in 4-wheel drive mode.
Are you sure about that?
And we did hit 60. Woo! It's like a shot of espresso in the morning, this thing. And the reason we're starting on a smaller B road as well is because I just wanted to show you guys that even though this is a big car and a heavy car, a very heavy car, it seems to conceal its mass in a way that I don't think I've ever experienced before. yeah, the damping is just immaculate in this thing. The steering is just beautiful as well. So much better than the previous generation car. Ironically, the previous gen car was one of the few cars that I would really struggle to hold in a slide. One of the few cars I would actually spin, whereas this is so much more intuitive. It's really weird driving something so massive, yet so confidence inspiring. I feel like I'm really dialed in with the front end of this thing. I know exactly where the limit of grip is. And once you're in the most sporty setting, that battery is just there to give you more power. And it always seems to stay charged. It never seems to run out of juice, which is really nice. Usually these kind of hybrid cars, once they run out of battery, you kind of feel like, have I really got 728 horsepower? Probably not. But this, it's just always ready and good to go, because the second you're off the throttle, it's either using the regen braking, which seems to add a lot of charge actually, or it's using the engine to charge the battery. But for me, the main takeaway is just the chassis dynamics. How they've gotten a 2.5 ton, an over 2.5 ton car to handle like this, I do not know. Perceivably, at least, on public roads, this feels no heavier than a BMW M4. I mean, it's baffling, honestly baffling. But let's see how it deals with the faster stuff. Can I feel the weight then? Front end is so tidy, so pin sharp. And I feel like I've just got so much command of power under my right foot. And I mean, yeah, the fun is over in, well, less than 3 seconds in this car. It is so blisteringly fast. It is unreal. It's that 50 to 70 time where it really does just fly though. Like even in 5th gear, plant your foot, that electric power comes in, and it just responds like an electric car. No matter what gear you're in, this is a fast car. Now then, in terms of sound, it's not the best in the world. Let's have a go through this tunnel though. Yeah, a bit flat, unfortunately. But that's just because there's a lot of filters in the exhaust kind of hampering and dampening the sound. But it's just the chassis dynamics. It feels so tight. I do not understand how they've made a car this heavy handle so well. It's just that though, the steering responds instantly. And the brakes, oh my god, the brakes are stonking. We're on carbon ceramics in this car, and I mean, it stops so well. But it is just that front end bite that is extraordinary. I mean, no understeer, tiny bit of throttle. It just fires you out the corner. It gives you that roller coaster feeling that you're looking for in a fast car. But then, when you want to chill out, press this button. You go into comfort. Everything dials down. You're at 70. You turn your adaptive cruise and lane assist on, and it turns into a regular 5 Series. And then in terms of noise, we did 72.9 decibels, which is absolutely fantastic for a full-fat M car. Something like a BMW M4 is about 73.5, so this is just a little bit quieter, a little bit calmer. But the seats are comfortable, you can slacken off the bolsters, they're heated, they're cooled, you've got a heated steering wheel as well. And once you've got the adaptive cruise on, this car just drives itself. It is honestly a fantastic daily driver. And it'll even change lanes for you, which is pretty cool, right? Suppose the only annoying thing really about this whole system is that you have to change the distance control. That's the distance between you and the car in front of you with your adaptive cruise system. In the iDrive settings, there's no actual button for it on the steering wheel, which to me is just absolutely stupid. But once it's set up, you leave it in the closest distance setting because you're a BMW driver and you like tailgating people. I wonder how it responds though, actually, because the engine is off now. So what happens if I put my foot down? Pretty good, really. I mean, you're not really waiting for power, are you? Let's try that one more time. So 50 miles an hour, engine is off, foot down, now. not bad at all. So it's fast on any kind of road and an absolute dream to drive on the motorway, especially when it's driving for you. But how is it going to perform on our 0 to 60 sprint? Well, there's only one way to find out. It's claimed to do it in 3.6 seconds, but what's the reality? Let's do it. So then, claimed to do it in 3.6 seconds, we managed 3.48 seconds, which, don't get me wrong, is very fast, but the previous car is also just as quick as that, if not faster in some cases. And the reason for that is this car is so heavy that it kind of bounces or bucks on its suspension, on its rear axle when you launch it, which is kind of unfortunate. So yeah, if you're launching this thing, you might have to have very stiff springs to counteract that weight over the back. Nevertheless, it's still a very fast car. Finally, around town then, over speed bumps, this thing, it just feels almost like a regular 5 Series. The only thing you kind of notice is that everything feels a little bit more connected, which is purely just because it's an M car. So when you do go over speed bumps, you do sometimes get that kind of slight suspension noise, like a dull kind of thud in the distance. But in comfort mode, it is honestly insanely comfortable for an M car. The other thing I love about driving around town in this thing is that the electric motor uses the gearbox. So we're in 2nd gear now, and it should shift. Yeah, there you go, 3rd gear, 4th gear. It's really weird, and it kind of feels like you're just driving a regular car that just has instant power. And you do feel the gear shifts. It's quite cool, really. There is something quite satisfying though, knowing you've got 1,000 Newton meters of torque under your right foot, but you're just making, no noise sometimes. You don't need to shout about it. Then in terms of parking, this is a very clever car actually. So not only will this parallel park for you, it will park you in bays as well. So all you have to do is press your camera system down here, then we should find a parking space pretty much instantaneously. There we go. So you can either choose forwards or backwards. I'm going to go for backwards, and then I'm going to press that one and then release the brake, and that's all you do. Look, Ma, no hands. And this newer system is amazingly accurate as well. So what it'll do is reverse halfway, and then it'll whack you back in drive, pull you forwards a bit, and then it'll straighten you up, go back in reverse, and slowly but surely, in fact actually not slowly, it does it pretty quickly to be fair, it will get you exactly in the car parking space, and then you're done. Once you are parked though, unfortunately this is a big car, so just sometimes you might struggle to get to the first notch on the door, but yeah. Overall, it's just about skinny enough. One thing you might have noticed, though, is that, unfortunately, this car is over 5 meters long, which means even when you're in the space, you're not really in the space in the UK. So yeah, one thing to be aware of, this is basically as long as a van. It is quite extraordinary how long this thing is. But the park assist works really well, and when you're parallel parking, it gets you pretty close to the curb as well, actually. First time I used it, I was a bit like, oh god, it's getting really close to the curb, but it does seem to know what it's doing. In conclusion then, I mean, this is one hell of a car. Now I know it's basically as fast, a little bit quicker than an M4 competition, but when you consider you're getting all this extra space, the extra comfort, better sound system, it is one hell of a machine. It's so weird, like you have this preconceived idea in your head that this is just a terrible car because it weighs too much. And on a track, yeah, it will weigh too much, but on a public road, it does things that it just shouldn't be able to do. I really do not understand how BMW have made this car handle as well as it does. And this is the Touring. This is the heaviest one you can buy. It stops well, it goes around corners well, it goes around corners better than the old car, which I just don't understand. It is a mega bit of kit, and if you just so happen to own a business, this is a hybrid. It's good for the environment, so you can save some money on tax. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, give it a like, and why not subscribe? As not only can you see more content like this, you can see everything we have for sale, which unfortunately doesn't include the car in this video, but hopefully it might do one day. And as always, my name has been Tom, and you have been watching Paragon Cars. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers.